Literacy is not something that's complex, but it's surviving and getting through everyday life wherever you're at. And people are at all different levels. Their literacy might be related to knowing something more about the healthcare system. It might be something related to just being a good citizen. It could be something as simple as, how do I get my driver's license? Where do I go to mail a package to my home country?
And the core element is that literacy, foundational literacy skills are absolutely necessary for anyone to succeed in any of those other environments, whether it's health, whether it's their job, whether it's serving, taking care of their family, whether it's moving on, transitioning to higher education, a career pathway.
And people, you know what? Some people think you are not smart because you don't know English, but you know what? It's not true. Now, I feel more comforting when I went to the store and asked for something, and I can understand people. I feel much better, much better.
It was a hard life, very hard. It got to the point that I was told that I didn't have enough common sense to do anything, and I thought to myself, well, if you think I don't, well then I'll prove you wrong.
I know that from some of my own family's experiences, certainly my brother's experience, education was hard for him. And so I could relate to how some of our adult students would find themselves in a position of not being able to read or read well enough for this competitive world that we have.
For students making that big decision to come back and pursue education, we want to provide that support they need to kind of help them reach their goals.
As a nurse, this has made me a better nurse. When I think about how I provided health education in the past, just assuming that people knew what I was talking about.
Healthcare agencies help adults in the community learn how to access healthcare, learn how to speak with their providers, take care of their kids, give medicine appropriately. And it's about language and it's about knowledge, but more it's about confidence.
And so Wisconsin Literacy I just am totally impressed with how well they have developed different ways to support each of the agencies in the state. And we're all at different levels, different ages, different complexity levels, and I just feel like they do a great job of meeting us where we are and giving us the support we need.
Wisconsin Literacy becomes kind of your second family of resource outside of your coworkers that you work with, you know, from week to week.
I can't think of anything that would be more gratifying than to be able to say, how can I help you help others? And I get to help those people try and do an even better job at what they already do well.
One thing that in recent years that I've really appreciated that they've done is setting up the Health Literacy Summit. I think that's fantastic. We go to conferences, health literacy summits all over the nation, and to be able to say that we have one here in Madison, it's very well run, it's professional, it's very exciting to have that in our own state.
It is really fascinating because in my region right now we have 19 member agencies, and they run the gambit from, you know, one woman in a corner of the library with 5 volunteers working with learners, and they have a wonderful impact, all the way to huge literacy councils in a metro area that have lots of paid staff and lots of volunteers, and yet we're all part of the same coalition and everybody's doing their bit.
I love to think that my role not just serves those learners, but serves all the other layers that go into making those agencies.
You know, the volunteers that work for our Literacy Council members are so important, and the value of what they do is impossible to try and enumerate in any way.
When we think about how we want to spend our time and our talents and our resources, investing in an agency that is really sending people off with the skills they need to succeed is a really important consideration. You know, we look for tutors, we look for office volunteers, we look for donors, we look for advocates, and finding the best way that works for you to support literacy is really important, because your impact is going to be that much better and that much stronger.
I think if you just
want to give back to your community in some way, if you've ever been questioning that, I think this is a wonderful thing to do.